What is up, everyone? My name is Miguel, aka the Liberal Thrifter, and welcome to episode 4 of my new YouTube series where I wax poetic about my love for thrift shopping to find stuff to flip on eBay. Thanks very much for coming back. I really appreciate it. Before we get started, a couple of quick programming notes. So I've kind of gone over the formatting of this, and I think that I want to make a few changes. So notice my videos are averaging about 30 something minutes. That's a little too long, I think, so I'm gonna be cutting out Creator of the Week. I'll shorten the Tip of the Week, and then I'll also be dropping the pickups to 10 and keeping the solds at 10. So hopefully that kind of makes it a nice little 2025. And yeah, let's see if that works out a little bit better. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the pickups. Here's 10 items that I picked up recently at thrift stores, and yeah, see what we can learn about them. I'm gonna do about 5 and 5 as far as clothing and non-clothing. This first item I'm going to show you guys this way, because this way you can see all the great details. And disclaimer, there are some adult themes involved in this shirt. This is a dragonfly, which I've mentioned before, Sturgis themed button-up shirt. Check this out, everybody. It's a Steel Horse Saloon, which is a very famous saloon in that area. And look at all this biker debauchery happening. Bar fights, flashing, drinking, tattoos. I mean, oh, and this is so cool, look. The buttons are little motorcycle engines. I mean, how cool is that? And the back, more of the same. You see here, cream corn wrestling, just bikers doing biker stuff. And yeah, it is the kind of shirt that will really appeal to like someone who wants something unique and biker themed. Paid $4, and conservatively I'm guessing I should be able to get somewhere in the $70-$80 range. One bad thing is that it did have a little bit of a rip on the seam here, but in this case I'm going to go ahead and get that fixed, because for a piece like this it'll be worth it. So definitely keep an eye out for this brand, Dragonfly. This next item is a pair of women's size 6 Nike Dunk Sky High hidden wedge shoes. I don't know if you can tell here, but there's actually a wedge in there, so like the people's foot actually goes like this, not straight here. These were in the women's section, model 644-877-099 if you want to look it up. These are actually really expensive, and I got them for a steal. I paid $7 for these, and these should go for somewhere in the $100 to $120 range shipped. So definitely keep an eye out for these. The hidden wedge thing actually makes them more valuable. This next item is a item that I saw on the shelf, and I knew exactly what it was. This is an X-Guard Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gi. There you go, says there. This is a size A1, so it's kind of a small size, but it's actually a really, really good, tough gi. I am actually a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt, if you can believe it. Should I show a picture of me? Yeah, there I am. Isn't that cool? Back my younger self, which unfortunately I had to drop because I got a pretty nasty shoulder injury in an unrelated surfing accident. Okay, boogie board accident. I just say surfing because it sounds more adult and cool. Anyway, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skis. Most skis that you find are going to be the free trial, taekwondo, karate gis. Those are not that good to pick up. A Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gi has to be made really, really tough. It is meant to be grabbed and just torn and thrown all over the place, so they can't just rip this, so they're made with really heavy material, which makes them more expensive to manufacture, which makes them expensive to purchase. There's the matching pants. The pants have reinforced knees, so that's another way you can tell if they're actually jiu-jitsu gis or there's something else. They usually have the reinforcement doubled right here. Paid $13, and I think I should be able to get somewhere in the $80 range for this. This next item is a Mitchell & Ness Los Angeles Dodgers Dodger Dog t-shirt. Again, keep an eye out for interesting looking things. You know, there's not a lot of shirts dedicated to baseball food. So if someone wants a Dodger Dog shirt, this is what they're going to get. There are a few others listed. I paid $4 as I normally do, and I think I should be able to get somewhere in the $35 range for this one. So again, if something looks really interesting, really unique, look it up. It's probably going to be worth some money. This next item is a brand new in box. I couldn't believe it was new and sealed. Check it out, new and sealed. Philips Sonic Hair Premium Whitening Edition, set of 2 toothbrushes. It's brand new. Only problem is it's got, some staining from where it was stored, but I'm gonna clean that up. Sell it as new. Other paid. Still have the label here somewhere. Hold on. Paid $7, and I actually should be able to get somewhere in the $120 range for this. That's how expensive these things are. So take a look at the hard goods section. Find something that's sealed that looks like it would be worth money. Definitely take a look and comp them up. This next item is a Billionaire Boys Club ice cream t-shirt. It's a little back hit right there. Ice cream logo, size large. It's pretty unique. Not worth a lot of money in my opinion, but apparently these are worth like 40-50 bucks. So Billionaire Boys Club is a kind of hype brand. People still like it. They're very expensive, new. So keep an eye out for Billionaire Boys Club and their sub-brand ice cream. I have sold some before, and yeah, it sells pretty quick. Paid $4. Should be able to get about 50. This next item is a, let's see if you can see it there, Ralph Lauren umbrella. I don't remember who turned me on to the fact that umbrellas can be worth money, but shout out to whoever you were. I think it may have been one of the Miss Pamelas. And yeah, so umbrellas, a plain drugstore umbrella, of course, not really going to be worth a lot. A branded umbrella, you're probably going to be able to get a good amount of money that is going to make it worth it to pick up. It's got some scuffing. It's got some scuffing there, if you can see. But if you look up the comps on these are actually going for about $110 shipped. I paid $10 for this, so but I should be able to get in the $100 range. So there's a bucket of umbrellas in your thrift store. Take a look, see if maybe one of them is a name brand one, and yeah, comp them out. See if you can find some gold there. This next item is a, I don't know if you can read that because the graphics are a little weird, but it's Bad Bunny, a very popular still artist. Tour long sleeve shirt from the X100 Pre tour. All I know about Bad Bunny is that he wrestled for WWE for a little bit, which was funny. It's interesting. But yeah, he's still popular. He's still, people really like him. And yeah, this I should be able to get about $60-$70 for. I paid $7 for this one, but I think this is going to be a good one. Tour shirts, as I mentioned before, music shirts, you definitely want to keep your eye out for that. Went a little bit out of my comfort zone. This next item, it is a skateboard, Duke's brand skateboard. You can see the price there. I paid $10. Wheels spin pretty good. Do I know a lot about skateboards? Not really. But $10, I mean, I could probably sell this logo for about 50 on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace. But I think I'm going to try online. I think I can get somewhere in the $100 range. It's going to be a little bit of a pain to ship, but I think I can do it. So we'll see if I decide to go the easy route and try to sell it local, or if I decide to sell it on eBay. We'll see. And the last item that I have is this Munchkin board games, new sealed. Paid only $2 for this, guys. This is not a super expensive one, even new. Probably get it in the $25 range shipped. But always look through the board game stuff. I used to love selling board games back when Amazon would let me do it. Fortunately, Amazon kind of clipped my wings with that, where now they require material data sheets saying that, you know, it's safe. And us independent sellers, we just don't have that. So they kind of really screwed us over there. I have still a bunch of board games that I was going to sell into Amazon that I'm going to have to list on eBay instead and get a lot less money for. But yeah, especially if you find them new and sealed, take a look at the board game section. You'll never know when you can find some gold, yeah, something unique, something sealed. Just, you know, take a chance on it. I definitely recommend looking through that section. So that does it for the pickups. Again, gonna keep it a little shorter. Here are 10 items that sold recently on my eBay store. First item is this BTS t-shirt, the Wings Tour 2017, size medium, black t-shirt. As always, tour shirts do really well, but I want to specifically bring up like K-pop stuff. K-pop stuff has done really well for me. I do find a lot of it here in Los Angeles. I'm not sure if that's a thing, or there's a reason for that, but yeah, anything BTS-y, take a look, because their fan base is just incredibly passionate about their stuff, and they will find, you know, and buy your stuff. Paid $4, and as you can see, sold for $30. This next item, now we're getting into the stuff that I've shown you on my pickups that's starting to sell, timeline-wise. This is Disney Parks Enchanted Tiki Room polo shirt, size XL. I showed this on my very first video, and I really, really love this piece. And it was my size. I considered keeping it, but I'm not a huge Disney buff. I just really like, you know, that it makes me money. So paid $10 and sold for $50. So as always, keep an eye out for Disney Park stuff. This next item is an interesting one. Is it a Dark Drawn Maxfield collaboration with Daft Punk? It's a Rolling Stones medium black sweater. And I was doing some research on it, and basically what happened is that Daft Punk, the band, did a pop-up store with the Dark Drawn Maxfield somewhere in some mall somewhere in the LA area, and they were selling, you know, just band stuff, and this sweater was actually like $250 new. It's insane that someone would pay that, but they did, because it was associated with Daft Punk, and I guess they really liked it. Paid $8, as you can see, sold for $75. Collaboration stuff, again, really keep an eye out for that, because you will usually find somebody who cares about one of these two things. This next item is a pair of Adidas Adipower M25733 weightlifting shoes, and these, if you'll see in a moment, they're very flat. That's what makes weightlifting shoes special. Size 9. Definitely keep an eye out for specialty shoes. Weightlifting is one of the ones that I love to find. Paid up for this one. Paid $20 because I knew I could get a lot of money for them. As you can see, sold for $125. This next item is, again, one of the ones that I've already shown you as my pickup, but is now sold. It's a Uniqlo UT Gintama Kagura large t-shirt. Uniqlo UTs, again, just like I predicted, went for a good amount of money. Paid $4 and sold for $50. So definitely keep an eye out for that, and hope you find some of that, because it's really good stuff. This next item is actually one of the favorite solds that I had. It's a John Cena Chain Gang XL Camel White jersey. I'm a big wrestling fan. It's kind of like my little, it's kind of like my favorite fandom. I know, I know you just deducted like 20 IQ points, but really, it's really interesting. It's a morality play. It's really really fun. If you get into it and lose yourself in it a little bit. Anyway, John Cena, not one of my favorite guys because he's kind of generic. I think he's meant more for little kids, but mad respect for him. This guy has actually granted more Make-A-Wishes than anybody else in the world. So for that he will forever have my respect. I let this one go for less than I should have, honestly, because the guy messaged me and he was like, "Oh, I'm the hugest John Cena fan," and being a wrestling fan kind of got to me. So it was a global shipping order, so he was going to pay a lot for it in customs. So I gave him a deal, paid $13 and sold for $67. This next item is one of the situations where you find a couple of something and lot it together and it sells better. These is a two Nautica new with tag deck shorts, size 34, one of them gray, one of them blue, new with tags. Of course, it's going to have a lot more details, so I was able to fill in length, inseam, all that because of the tag. And sold, paid $10, 5 each, and sold for $50 together. This next item is a very simple tank top, just with the reggae Rasta colors. It's a Billabong Bob Marley collaboration. It was a limited edition of some sort. Very simple, but again, limited edition collabs. You're gonna find somebody who wants them. Paid $4, and as you can see, sold for $30. This next item is a pair of Oakley pink razor wire sand goggles. I probably would have gotten a little bit more if somebody at the Goodwill hadn't stuck a sticker right in there, right in the glass section. I tried my absolute best to get all the gunk off of it without scratching the glass. I did a decent job, but if I could say they were pristine, they would probably have gotten a little bit more. The Oakley symbol, memorize that little logo. If you see it somewhere, clothing, regular t-shirts not so great, jazz sweaters pretty decent, jackets great, glasses great, equipment like this pretty good to pick up. Paid $7 and sold for $30. This next item was a Christmas in July situation. I didn't know Christmas in July was a thing, but apparently it is. This is a Fallout 4 numbskull Christmas sweater, size large. So yeah, some people were like, "Oh, I don't list Christmas sweaters, Christmas stuff until it's the season." No, list it all the time. I listed this in April and it sold in July. So yeah, you have 2 chances now to sell it now, thanks to this little weird tradition. Just in case you didn't know, like me, Christmas in July is a thing. So yeah, still list that up. Paid $5 and sold for $35. And now for the tip of the week, and that is I'm going to recommend for you guys to figure out a route to your thrift stores and maximize the sales potential. So what I mean by that is, in my area, Thursdays is $1.99 tag day at Goodwill. At Salvation Army, Saturdays half off. At the certain local independent, they'll have a sale the first Saturday of the month. Whatever the sale is, you need to kind of plan a little route. You want to hit everything in your general vicinity as far as you're willing to go. I'm willing to go in a radius of somewhere in the 15-mile range around my home. So I kind of plan out, the one I go to the most is right next to the post office. So if there's one that you can get to with your normal errands, go ahead and hit that one as often as you can. Pay special attention to the new cart. Pop in, pop out, see if there's anything interesting. But everything else, you only have so many days in the week that you can source, possibly, unless you live a very charmed life and you can source whenever you want. But yeah, definitely think about what you're doing, where you're going. If you have a little route, if I go this way, if I head east on this freeway, I can get off here and I can go hit this thrift store. Well, make sure you're not going there all the time. You want to kind of space them out. Then the next time you'll go west. The next time you'll go north or south. Just kind of plan around those sales days. If you know a sale day is happening, go ahead and you make plans to be there. Hit that one and hit the ones around it. Sometimes also there are thrift stores that are very, very small, like super tiny, and they're open very, very short windows, very, very limited hours. I found some gold in those places. So keep those in mind. Usually it's going to be like an assistance league, a community help, something associated with a food bank. They can only staff them so many hours. So I know there's one thrift store in Rancho Cucamonga that's open twice a week from 10:30 to 1:30. That's it. The rest of the time they're completely closed. I've been there once because of my schedule. I can't really go there. But I've been there once and I found so much stuff because there was not a lot of people picking through it. So keep that in mind as well. But mostly this tip is to work around sales, plan your routes, hit as many as you can when you're out thrifting. Make a day of it and just hit those thrift stores and be efficient about it. Hey guys, Future Miguel here. Just one really important thing that I forgot to mention. If you are a person that qualifies for certain discounts, so if you're senior, if you're military, if you're teacher, some thrift stores will have special days for you. Keep those in your back pocket too. If you qualify for a discount, go on that day. Senior day, military, teachers, special sales that are like only a specific time. So Thursday, 5 to 7, everything half off or something like that. So know when you go to a thrift store, look for the signs. Look at all the signs. Ask an employee. Talk to an employee. Ask them when they get their most stuff. Ask them when their sales they are. Sometimes they'll even give you a little flyer and it'll have a calendar and it'll have all the things listed so you'll know when to come. Just keep those and use that to plan out your route. And that wraps it up. I'm not sure how much this is going to be. This felt quick, maybe a 20. Hey, that might be work. That might be okay. Maybe people will be more willing to give this a chance if they see it's a short video. But thank you again so much for giving the video a chance. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. It will really help the channel out, so the algorithm pushes it to more people. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this. I do want to ask you guys one favor though. If you have learned anything from the stuff that I've shown you, if you've picked up something that maybe you wouldn't have picked up before, or if you went through the clothing section for the first time because it wasn't really your niche before, please put it down in the comments. I'd really love to see that. That really would go a long way in keeping me going with these. But yeah, anything that you have picked up from me, let me know. It would mean the world to me. So thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. And take care. Be cool. Peace.